So we're Sales Track Review, and I'm reviewing this because we've been looking at this video, and tonight we're actually going to look at how do we use this with the demo, the idea of multiple properties, how do we utilize our demonstration account. Last week we talked about how do we utilize the analysis, how do we pull that together to show somebody on an analysis how this works out for them, how you enter that information. Tonight's going to be the demo. So we're still in recruiting, and I believe the multi-property video is a phenomenal video for recruiting as well. And so our recruiting process is gain interest, and we do that with the first 6 steps of Sales Track. Send out videos or live webinar. This new video could be one of those videos. Follow-up appointment, answer questions. What did they like best about what they saw? Do 3-way calls if needed to close. Close for recruiting target, the 250 90-day trial. You can find that in your back office. Then begin your training and support. So let's say you've sent them the brand new video. I would say do it the exact same way you do it with any video. What did you like best about what you saw or heard? This starts things off in a positive note and helps define deeper what is important to them. What did they connect with? What is important to them in that video or any videos that you send them? This is a time to answer questions. Once you've had that appointment with them and they've watched the videos, you want to answer questions. It's okay not to know the answer. You can use 3-way calls, agent support. Use the tools you have in place. Don't reinvent the wheel. You're also trying to determine for this individual, are they a good fit for you and for Worth Unlimited? Is this somebody you can actually work with? And if all of this lays out and is exactly what you're looking for or close to what you're looking for, you believe this is somebody you can work with or would be an asset to your team, then your next step is to guide, to move them forward to close. The next step is joining is easy. Give them the information that they need to move forward. All right, so we're going to take a look at the video one more time just so everybody has it fresh in their mind. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the screen here real quick.
From the debt elimination video, you have seen the amazing debt elimination and interest reduction power of this program. But did you know this program also helps homeowners to build wealth and create significant residual income? Well, let's look at one example of the program's amazing wealth building and income generating power. From the previous video, we saw how the program pays off mortgages and other debts in record time. But our couple wondered, what would it look like if we also decided to invest in a rental income property and secure a renter? To see if this would be a good idea, they opened the program and entered a new mortgage amount of $225,000 for the rental and added a rental income of $1,400 per month. Then the system calculated its financial strategies and showed that both the primary mortgage and their new rental property could be completely paid off in just 7.7 years. Just 2.7 years more. Seeing the benefits of what the program can do with just one rental property, our homeowners wondered what adding a second $225,000 rental property would look like, again, with a rental income of $1,400 per month. After adding the new mortgage for their second rental property and adding the second rental income of $1,400 per month to their program, the system now shows both their primary mortgage and rentals number 1 and 2 could be completely paid off in just 9.7 years. Amazing. And they absolutely love the idea of increasing their income by $2,800 per month. So then our homeowners wondered, if we could get these kinds of results on 2 properties, what if we added more? So, keeping it simple, they added another $225,000 rental property into the program at a rental income of $1,400 per month. Following the system, our homeowners found that all their properties, including their third rental, could be paid off in just 11.5 years, and their fourth rental in just 12.8 years, and their fifth rental in just 14 years, and so on, up until their 15th rental. which could all be paid off, including their primary home, in just 20.4 years. So while their neighbors still have approximately 10 years left on their mortgage, our example homeowners could have 16 homes paid off free and clear. Wow, they thought to themselves. That means our monthly income could grow by $1,400 as each property pays off. And over 20.4 years, that could build to an additional residual income of $21,000 per month and a real estate portfolio value of over $3.3 million without adding a penny in real estate appreciation. So our homeowners ask themselves the obvious question: why would anyone pay on a single mortgage for up to 30 years when you could be building a huge residual income and investment property portfolio that you own free and clear in far less time? We think the answer is obvious. Now you have the tools and knowledge to be debt-free and building wealth in far less time than it normally takes just to pay off your primary mortgage. And each client that activates on the program is provided with live success coaches. These coaches show you how to easily use the program for debt elimination and wealth creation. And they provide you with expert assistance and options when it comes time to identifying, buying, and managing your first, second, third, and so on income-generating rental properties. How many income-generating properties could you own free and clear in 5, 10, or 15 plus years with this program? Oh, and we haven't even talked about the possibility of a vacation home. Get back with the representative that sent you this video and ask them to run a free financial report that will show you how much time and money you could save and how much income and wealth you could build. Stop throwing your hard-earned money away and start building your financial future today. From the debt elimination video.
All righty, everybody. So, comments. What do you all think of that video? I know a lot of you have seen it quite a few times. If you want to go to the question section and throw in some comments, that'll be awesome. But that's now been recorded again, so that'll be posted with our training probably in the next night or two, and that'll be on the Worth Account Corporate Training channel. Worth Unlimited Corporate Training channel. And that's where you can find these videos. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the multi-property, and we're going to look at it from the standpoint of the demo. And each one of you that is an agent has a demonstration website, and in that demonstration website is a good way to be able to show people the activity of the program, how it actually works, how it actually comes together. It's interactive when you utilize the demo. And somebody asked, post the URL. The URL, Mark, is go to YouTube and search Worth Unlimited Corporate Training Channel. I don't know the URL right off the top of my head to be able to find this video, but that's where you can find it. And then if you are an active agent with us, Mark, it is in your replicated website that you receive from Worth Unlimited. So that's how you can view these. So I'm going to pause the screen for just a second. I'm going to go to the demo account. Let's take just a moment for this to activate. All righty, everybody can see the demo, I imagine, that is up there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and log into the demo. And this demonstration account is just like everybody else's demonstration account. I don't have any functionality that you all don't have. This is how your demo account is set up. So I did want to show you something. If you go into settings and you go into reset, I want you to see that for years, John has had a multiple property demonstration that's already built inside this program. And I just want to show that to you real quick. If we reset to multiple property, and Ralph came back and said, I think it was a great tool for starting a conversation that lets us engage our prospects, and I would have to believe with you as well. If we look at this one looks real large, right? Saving 1.6 million remaining, saving 1.4 million. If we go into our accounts, what we can see is that John has built this with a total of 9 mortgages. And as you can see, none of these mortgages are the same dollar value. So this is one route that you could take your client to show them multiple properties and kind of how the program works from the action plan and showing how much money it's telling you to put into savings, and then how it's telling you to move that money over to the HELOC and then over to mortgage number 9. It's a great way to show them some of the functionality, but I wanted to show you how you could build this from a baseline with the client, which makes a great way to do that. And for those of you that are not Worth agents, you can go to, and this would apply back to you, maybe Mark, I'm not sure, but the URL is http://www.worthaccount.com. Let me repeat that one more time. For the video, it is http://www.worthaccount.com, and that will take you to the new video. Okay, so back to the demo. What I usually do is I'll go into Reset Account, and I'm just showing you how to utilize this tool. I always reset the checking and savings method. This is our standardized John and Rebecca Jones individual that we've used for years as our example with the program. So we can see that John and Rebecca, if we look at their budget, they have about $5,000 of income. This is kind of a breakdown of their monthly expenses, and this is just a short breakdown. If we go over to our accounts, we can see that John and Rebecca have an auto loan, a Visa, a first mortgage, and a home equity line of credit. Okay, so what I would like you to see is, if you could, write down the numbers 9.3, write down $68,459 in interest remaining, and then potential interest saved is $173,215, okay? So the way you would do this, if you were utilizing a demo for the client, is say, this is the client paying off one mortgage. They're going to do it in 9.3 years. As you can see, they make $5,000 a month. They spend over $4,000 a month, so they don't have huge discretionary income to operate with. But let's say this client wanted to go purchase another home, wanted to put it into the program. Now, I do want you all to understand something. I keep getting these questions, you know, well, where do you come up with the money for a down payment on another home? Where do you find the home? How do you get into the other home? These are all situations that we can help you through that process. You could set the program up to actually help you save money to utilize as a down payment. There are creative ways to come up with down payments. Multiple property may not be the answer for everybody, but what I am really trying to drive across is that the program is already set up and functions to handle multiple property the way it was originally designed. You're going to have clients that are just barely trying to get from paycheck to paycheck. They don't have really good credit. No, that person probably cannot qualify for a rental property or a secondary home until they improve their credit. An individual that has zero discretionary income and is just working, paying down their debt first and then starting on paying their mortgage is going to have to pay some debt off before they're going to be able to do this. The whole idea is building the dream for the client that, yes, you, in your current situation right now, that you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, You already know with our program, we'll use this example, we'll take your 28 years of debt and we'll pay it off in 9.3 years. So once that 9.3 years is over, that person is paid off, they should have another 21 years roughly of mortgage payments. But in this situation, what we're saying is stay with the program. Your house is now paid off. Now is the time for you to look for an investment property. And if you find that investment property, do the down payment, do the financing, purchase the property. You can load it right into here. And you could do this preemptively. You could do it in your own program before you ever bought the property. But this, again, is more just showing individuals the power of the program and that it is not guesswork, that this is scientific, it is mathematic, and it's proven. So what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go into accounts. Now, I want to make sure you all wrote down 9.3, 68,000, and 173,000 as potential interest saved. We're going to go in and we're going to go to mortgages. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add a new account. And I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to keep it with, we're going to put this as rental. And account details, starting balance, I'm just going to keep it simple and use the 200,000 that we already know about. We're going to put this at 6%, which you all know you can get mortgages for a lot less than 6 on a 30-year conventional now, so you can put in whatever number you want to put in there, just so long as you have the correlated payment to it. The only reason I'm doing it is it makes it easy to put in that payment. And I just realized something. I was in a bank account, not in mortgages. So mortgages, there we go, add new account. There we go. That would have helped me a lot. There we go. We're going to put rental. And we're going to go to account details, and we're going to say 200,000, and we're going to say 6%, and we're going to say 360 months, and payment amount is $1,199.10. You know, if you have a mortgage on your own home, you could always put in your mortgage amount, put in your interest rate, put in what your monthly payment is, where you know the escrow amounts and everything are. It doesn't mean you have to tell them that that is your mortgage. So we're going to go into advanced here, and original balance was 200,000, and we're going to say 360 months, and we know it's monthly compounding. We're going to say we're going to pay this out of our checking account, and we're going to save this. Now watch the numbers up here. Now I haven't even added an income, so I want to make a point here. If these individuals went and bought a second home, they could afford a second home. They would take them 26.9 years to pay off that second home, but it could be done. But now watch this. If I go into budget and I go into income, and let's say I want to edit the budget, and I am going to go ahead and add an income, and we're going to call this renter. And we're going to select the category, we'll just call it income, and we're going to say the amount is $1,400 a month for that, and we'll say that's how much the renter is paying us for that property. Now remember, we were at 9.3, 68,000, and 172,000. By adding the house, we went to 26.9. We went to 430,000 of interest remaining and the potential to save 42,000. Let's go ahead and save this income and let's see what the numbers say now. How do you all like that? That the individual, by purchasing a secondary property, putting a renter in that property, getting $1,400 a month for that property in rent, they will now take 2 properties off in 12.5 years. They will pay $178,000 in interest, but they will save $295,000 in interest. This is why I'm telling you all it's so important that we expose people to this idea, to this concept. And again, I want to be very clear. Not everyone will qualify to be able to do multiple property. And then from here, it's just a matter of adding one more property, adding another property, adding another property. You could take this out, carry it out to 5 properties. What about your individuals that already have multiple properties, people that you already know that already have multiple properties in their possession? Would this be a benefit to them? What about the individuals that are just starting out in their life? The millennials that are coming of age now, that are buying homes, that are now out of college, that are now working jobs. We need to get in touch with a younger group of people to bring them into the idea that this is a reality. My daughter has just graduated college. She's just landed her first big job. She's out there talking to me and saying, Dad, it's just ridiculous what house costs, what cars cost. And she's been familiar with this program for years, and her response to me is, I'm so glad that you have that program. Can I load my information into it and be able to utilize the program? And so what I'm trying to let you know is that this is not just for people that are already established. If anything, we should be truly targeting the individuals that are in their first 2 to 3 to 5 years of working a job, that are right out of college, and that can get this concept that things are done online, things are done with computer. This is just normalcy for them, but that this is a very aggressive process that they could go through. And think if you're talking to somebody that's 27, 28, 29, 30 years of age, and letting them know, hey, look, if you apply this program and you move through this and you get multiple properties, by the time you're in your 50s, you could be sitting with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rental properties, and you could have a residual income. And don't forget to mention the residual income that comes in off of these properties. This whole idea, this whole concept is reality, but it's all about getting the individual to dream. Okay, I just got a question, not going to mention the name. What about other expenses associated with the rental property? What about them? I'm just going to leave that flat. You have those expenses associated with your home, and they're put right into the mix. If you're getting $1,400, you could take it as far as you could say, okay, I'm going to take $1,400 in rent. I'm going to go ahead and show you this way. Typically, a lot of people that rent, when they rent, they say that certain things are included, or you have to pay your utilities and all that. So let's do this. Let's say that on that house, and let's go to added expense, and let's put rental property 1. And we'll just put it under financial for now. And I'll say, yes, I want to itemize this budget. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to say cable, for cable TV. And let's say your cable's $120 a month. That's going to be monthly, and this is going to be, and we'll just keep it under financial. We want to add another expense. Let's say this is water. And we're going to say that that is, I don't know, $60. You get the point of where I'm going with this, the individual that asked the question. Okay, so now I've got them built there, all right? But that's showing them as an expense, right? That's showing them as a direct expense. So let's just say $180. So we're going to save that. Oh, need a category for that one, sorry. And we'll just say that's financial too. So we're going to save this. Watch the numbers, 12.5 and 178.328. And you're going to see them increase slightly. You won't see much increase, but you're going to see a very slight increase. And you see it went to 13.3 and it went to 192.84. Well, what I just did was for the rental property, I just incorporated some of their expenses. You could itemize that all the way out if you have an average of what you know those expenses are going to be on your rental property, whatever that looks like. But here's the piece that we didn't do yet. If these are the expenses that come, typically you're either going to increase your rent to cover these expenses, or you're going to tell the renter they have to cut you the check for cable, water, or they have to get their own cable, water, get their own account set up there, depending on how you want to do it. If you're going to itemize it out this way, your next step would be to go and add an income, and this is for rental 1. And we're going to say this is $180. And that was the amount that we had. We'll say this is, I'm just putting it under business. These don't really matter. And so we're going to go ahead and save. We're going to add an income. There we go. We're going to call it rental number 1. And we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to drop it under business. No. And monthly, and the amount is $180. I'm going to save that. And I actually believe I put that under a, there's our income right there. As you can see, rental 1, income. Do you notice we're back to 12.5? We're back to 178,328 and a potential of 295,000. I'm trying to read a question here real quick. Nick is asking, can you show multiple properties on the analysis? Well, Nick, that's what we talked about last week. Yes, you can. And that's what I talked about last week was you've done the analysis for the client. They've seen the results. Why not do another analysis and add a rental property and show them what the possibilities would be with the rental property and that additional income coming in, and talk to them about how this program has moved literally thousands of people into multiple properties. Skylar was talking when we first aired the video that he has an individual that is upwards of 15 properties as a result of our program. This is reality, but like I said again, it's not for everyone. You have to have some means, and Mark, if you will send me an email in regards to this last question that you asked, not really sure what it is that you're looking for. If you could please send me an email, and I'll have my email up here at the end of the presentation. You can send me an email requesting what you're looking for. So I hope everybody gets the idea of this, and I hope everybody understands what it is that we are trying to accomplish with the multiple property. It's just another way of looking at it. We don't want you to abandon your sales track. We don't want you to abandon your recruiting process. This video is just an add-on to all the other tools that you have, but it opens their minds up to a whole new possibilities. So in summary, finding prospects can be simple. You have potential clients and agents everywhere, but you do need to talk to them and start the conversations. Create a sense of urgency and be a problem solver. Don't make the decision for others. You don't know who needs this program as an agent or client or both. Allow others to make the decision about whether or not it's right for them. Prospect on purpose and prospect everywhere. Integrate words into your daily life. Have it become a part of who you are. Keep the process simple. Simply guide people through the process. Don't be a secret business owner. Continue doing something daily for your worth business and watch it explode. The reality is, if you give get out and work your business a little bit a day, devote some time and energy to your business every single day, you will be successful in this business. If you incorporate the information we've given you, if you incorporate the training lessons that we've given you, the advice that you've received from Darlene and Joan, and go out and use the tools that we have and start the conversations that matter and start making a difference. I want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. My name is Max Saunders. I'm the National Sales and Training Director for Worth Unlimited. We have been joined this evening by Darlene Preston and Joan Hackenstad, Dr. Joan Hackenstad, who are both field partners with Worth Unlimited. I want to thank them once again for being on the call. And I just want to thank everybody that attended the webinar this evening. Let's get out there and do something big. Let's get out there and do something right. But at the very least, let's get out there and do something big right now. This is Max Saunders saying bye-bye for now.